Welcome back to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Mark Ramone, joined today by Violet Hausthor and Mistress Miriam. And this is a special spotlight on the essential Western New England Songbook and all the some of the female artists from the essential Western New England Songbook. And you just heard Stone Coyotes with Detroit or Buffalo. Before that, and the Kids, Neighbors, Canyon with Juliet, and we started off with Ponybird, I Am With You. Ponybird, she's amazing, from New Haven, Connecticut. She's singer-songwriter, collaborates with a lot of different bands and artists. Really very talented.
There's a lot going on in this track, honestly. Like, it could just so easily be her and a guitar and that's it. But no, they put some time into the production here. They really took it into sort of an experimental, psychedelic direction. And I do love a good folk waltz. I do.
Mark, you interviewed her today. What was it like?
She's really cool. I hadn't talked to her or listened to much of her music before. She was on the Essential Western New England Songbook. And I'm so glad that I learned about her. She's very interesting, very smart, very talented, really cool woman.
Yeah, it's some really fascinating stuff here. I just love that space that it puts you in, you know?
Yeah, she also recently completed a doctorate in curriculum at teaching at Columbia University.
Wow.
How does she find the time?
I don't know.
Right?
And she's in New Haven. On top of everything, she has a PhD.
Then, of course, we had Canyon with Juliet, and that's also really lovely stuff out of Westport, Connecticut.
Yeah, she's I think the first artist that I interviewed from the Swan Day events, the Support Women Artists Now, and just been following her ever since. Amazing folk singer-songwriter and so genuine. Her lyrics, genuine.
Yeah. I love her. Love her voice. Love the whole vibe of this type of folk music.
Yeah, it's a really cool sound. And then, of course, and the Kids, a bit of a classic from Northampton, Massachusetts. Their track Neighbors. I love what they do all the time. They just do really good stuff. I don't know. It's got fun, funky, alternative pop thing that I do love so much. It reminds me of like some of the darker side of like Florence and the Machine, but taken into a slightly more rocking direction. I don't know. I'm just a fan. I am just a fan.
You can be, by the way, they are alumna of the IMA, the Institute for Musical Arts, which of course is rock and roll summer camp for girls. I know people who are their contemporary and said, these women are cool.
They are so cool.
This is a prime example of a song that makes no sense, but it can still strike a chord in you. It's like contrasted with Canyon, who's a beautiful storyteller and elaborate stories. And then you've got a song like this that has only a few lines just repeated over and over again, but still it has a very lasting effect.
Yeah, it hits. It absolutely hits in a very different way.
I think when the songs are vague like that, it leaves more for interpretation, and you can kind of put meaning into the song yourself. It makes it more personal for you.
Yeah, I get that.
I agree. There's something to be said for a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. And you're telling people the story, and they're going along with you and seeing it probably from your point of view and maybe relating to it. But in this context, it's all, the sound and what you bring to it. Mm-hmm. I think in some ways it's a much more personal experience, personal, that is in your person.
And it's an excellent sound too. And then rounding off that set, Stone Coyotes from Greenfield, Massachusetts. Love this. Oh, wow. Her voice is so cool. It has such a personality to it. It's always really fun to have a singer who just has this very distinctive voice. You hear them and you're just like, oh, of course, that's Stone Coyotes. Who else would it be?
Her voice, there's something just very sort of the way she sings it. It's very matter of fact. She's speaking to you. It's not an affect or anything. there's not a lot of stuff on it. You know what that stuff is, Violet. It's all that computer stuff that makes.
I mean, there's some processing, sure, but it's not like heavily processed. This is a very natural tone.
Natural. It
And
has.
Barbara Keith released that as a solo artist back in 1972. And it still has that same feel. And I love the Stone Coyotes because they give you some rock and roll, but it's not stale. Like you hear this, same stuff over and over again on commercial radio, but you listen to something like this and it's still fresh and genuine.
Yeah, it is. It hits in a very different way. So we've got some more classic Western New England tunes from female artists coming to you. I've got an interesting selection for y'all. We're going to be starting off that selection with Weege and the Wondertwins doing Sourpuss.